They have to at least show up. If they want to plead the fifth when they show up, that's fine. But they have to at least comply with the subpoena and come before Congress, put the documents out there, or else, the Justice Department needs to be aggressive and prove that no one's above the law.
My fear is, I fully agree with everything, the premise of your question, everything David's just said. My fear is, if this is a race against the clock being the midterm elections and the effective dissolution of this committee, they might win it. I mean, Bannon's going to go on trial for contempt. It's not till July the 18th that he goes on trial. If Meadows is held for contempt and that's upheld by the courts, I presume that'll be later than July the 18th. We're already well into the election season before any penalties are going to be visited on these people. All the others, Roger Stone, John Eastman, are taking the same stance. So they are saying to the law, who is stronger, us or your idea of the law? And so far, the law is being very polite and taking its time.
Well, the law has been extraordinarily polite. Sam, you even look at the Mueller investigation. Right. One of the reasons why idiots can run around going Russian hoax, Russian hoax, Russian hoax, is because Mueller and the team weren't aggressive and in laying out what they discovered, not only in the first part of it, but in that second part involving Russia. And it is so, I find it dumbfounding that people who claim to be journalists, reporters, commentators would actually still run around talking about a Russian hoax, as if they haven't read the second half of that report. Or, I'll tell you what, why don't they just read Marco Rubio's Intel Committee report, where the Republican Senate Intel Committee talked about the grave threat that these connections were to U.S. counterintelligence. I mean, but there is a passivity. And more and more people I talk to, when things like this come up, just say, oh, they'll get away with it. They get away with everything. Right. Well, Trump gets away with everything. All of these bad actors who lied about their contacts with Russia got away with everything. Trump obstructed justice 10 times, got away with everything. Mueller didn't do anything about it. When he was asked, could he be charged if he weren't president, he said yes, but that was it. Again, passive is the word. The government has been passive time and time again for these people who have been bad actors and who prove to future politicians that you're above the law.
They say it out loud. I didn't get dirt on a political rival from a foreign leader.
There is an asymmetry to it, right? I mean, I thought one of the most telling moments of the Trump era was when, I laugh now, but it's memorable, was when Bill Barr came out really quickly with his memo, which, obviously shocked Robert Mueller because it misrepresented the findings that he had put together.
It didn't shock him enough to have him not come out immediately like he should have said and said, the Attorney General of the United States used his position to deliberately undermine the authority of the special counsel and all of the investigators who went to work on behalf of the Justice Department. It's a disgrace. He didn't do that.
So the asymmetry is there, which is Barr going out really quickly and affirmatively with that memo, and Mueller taking a day or whatever it was to respond with a letter to Barr saying, hey, I'm a little worried you've misrepresented my findings. And, of course, by that time, the narrative has already been set for half the country. The only thing I would say is it's not totally without cost. We're measuring it against a negative, which is Trump did lose, right? I mean, that did happen. Could he have won had he not been embroiled in all this self-inflicted scandal? I don't know, but certainly he did lose, and that is the cost.